Hi, this is Matt Mod Stuff. I'm Matt and I mod stuff. Oh, I should probably say that into my mic. Check. Yeah, okay. I think we're good. Hi, welcome to Matt Mod Stuff. I'm Matt and I mod stuff. Today we're going to be modding this Boss GE-7 pedal. Yeah, this is a cool pedal. It's an equalizer. It equalizes. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, each one of these is a different band of frequency from your sound. And you can boost those, or you could, knock them down a little. And each one can do, so you can boost them all. This goes like, this is the main boost. So you can go whoop, boost everything, or you can subtract everything. But you can also boost specific frequencies. So if I want to boost this high frequency, sorry, camera focus here. Let me just zoom in for a second. There you go, that'll help. So, this will boost any frequency at 64K. And there's probably like some sort of roll off. We don't really know what that is exactly. But what we are going to do is we're going to improve the quality of this Boss GE-7 equalizer today. I have with me these mods from this gentleman named Monty Alums, I'm not sure, but we like Monty. We got 3 different mods from Monty already. This is my 3rd mod I've done with from Monty. And it looks pretty good. So this is a sticker. We're gonna put the sticker somewhere on the pedal, probably back here. I think that makes the most sense, but you can go to his website. Let me pull up the directions, because I didn't pull up any directions. How silly of me. I need to get the directions pulled up. So let's do that real quick. Pardon me, stream. Let's put them up over here. Gotta go to my email. So during this mod, I will say, I have the instructions. I'm not going to be sharing them because they have very specific information in the mods. Monty does ask that you don't share the mods. So the fact that I'm just doing a video on it might make him mad. I don't know. I didn't ask permission. I don't really think I'm doing anything wrong by doing the mod, but I will not be sharing the specifics of the mod in Monty's name. So sorry, but that's just the way it goes. You can buy the mod there. You saw the website. I think it's just a good thing to support people, and he builds cool stuff. So let's just support Monty if you want to do the mod. There's also other cool mods out there. I know a lot of people like Keeley mods. Those are cool too. Never actually done a Keeley mod. All the parts look like insanely huge though, which is kind of exciting at the same time. But it's like, holy crap, those capacitors that I saw in some of those mods, they're massive. Some of these mods are pretty, like the capacitors are pretty big too. Okay, so which one did I just try to open? I think we're doing a cap upgrade first. That's like kind of the low-hanging fruit for this guy, if I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, my arm's in this camera view. Just gotta type the password to this PDF. Okay. All right, let's just do the Boss cap, the Boss GE-7 cap upgrade first. This is like a super chill mod. It's not really a mod, it's an upgrade. We're replacing caps with better capacitors that are going to last a little bit longer and have a little bit more voltage rating, or whatever you call it. The EUF rating, whatever that actually means. So yeah, really, these are just upgrading the capacitors to a different style as well. So we're going from just regular capacitors to some metal film capacitors. Yeah, which I guess are better. Sure, let's go with it. One of these capacitors is getting an actual significant upgrade, and that's A. It's getting like almost double the size, so starting with the 100. Anyway, we got 5 things to replace. That's really not that crazy. I'll show you what we're working with. Let me move this. Alright, camera. This is my whole new camera setup, you guys. It's really dope. I'm really proud of this. I can actually do some pretty cool like things now. I can like zoom in on some of these parts. Even though I gotta focus it. It is on autofocus, but sometimes it works against me. That's just the way it goes, I guess, you know, with some of these things. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I might turn it down just a hair, just in case. I'd hate for it to be like the last start of my last video. Alright, cool. Oh, there's information on that. I'm gonna flip this guy over. Sorry, y'all. So these do not have polarity, as you'll see, like the legs are cut the same size. That's going to indicate that there's no polarity on these, believe it or not. Only capacitors that we're going to be dealing with today that have polarity are shaped like this. I have this guy and I have one larger one. Let me show you what I got. Okay, well, that's... We really just have 5 of these. So in the kit, Monty sends us solder, which I don't know if this is lead-free solder or lead solder, and I just personally don't really like using lead solder. I don't know. Honestly, I bite my fingernails. It's really bad. You'll see in the video. My fingernails look awful. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. But I have a bad habit. I need to stop. And one of the things I do is I bite my fingernails. But I do not solder and bite my fingernails. That's fucking gross. But that being said, I just don't want lead on my fingertips. I just don't. I think that's totally valid. So, oh, and look at this, a smoothie. I'm keeping that over on the other side of the desk. So there is such thing as a solder splatter, and that shit can splatter. Okay, so I was about to move to my solder unit. Look at my cat. Beep beep. That's my cat. That's Delphi. Oh my god, Delphi. That is Deli. Delphina. If you've ever played Super Mario Sunshine, there is an island. The island of the game is called Delfino, Island Delfino. And I thought about that when we got our cat. So I wanted something elegant. And I don't know, my wife loved it, and we just called her Delphina instead. And we call her Deli for short. Which doesn't really make much sense, I guess. I don't know, delis. What is deli? It's like go to a deli to get a sandwich. Although she do be making the bread loaves. Let's see, is this gonna autofocus for me? Whatever. We're just gonna pull out, we'll focus. Move the camera here. Look at that, fuck yeah. This is a great camera. I'm really glad I got this camera. I've had this camera and I've never really gotten a lot of use out of it. I'm using all of my cameras now. I've got a really great video camera for my face. I've got this guy. Can't really aim it right now. Oh, here. See, that's how I have it set up. And then this guy is so that we can get in real close, or just have like a separate view, kind of like how we're doing right now. So I'm not going to leave this guy. We're going to go ahead and get started. We got 5 things to do, y'all. This is not going to take that long. But let's get started. So we're going to take this out, expand our view a little bit while I'm working, and while I'm soldering, I'll zoom back in. I think that's a cool way to do it. Something I got to get is a solder sucker. I'm probably just going to get a tube of some kind with the fan, just so I can exhaust it to the window. I could get like an expensive solder sucker, and I could keep the window closed, which honestly, during the summertime in LA, might actually be kind of nice, but things do cool off in LA. So, you know, you never really know. We'll see. We'll see what the summer brings and how much these things cost after prices probably go back up. Not that they've come down. I'm not gonna get political. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I know for a fact in this guy there is a cable connecting like the board to like one of the foot switches or something like that. Apparently that's very short, so I may just end up cutting it and splicing it later on. I kind of want to desolder it, but I also saw that it's totally fine to just cut it and extend it. I don't know, something about it just feels a little funny to me. So, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we got to do one thing. So this is the inside. We'll come back to this. Before we come do that, we need to pull all of these off. I hate this part. It just it doesn't feel good. Like I never really like yanking these. I feel like I'd rather pry it than yank it, you know? So let's try that real quick. Then I might... Oh, no, that is actually really great. That feels good. I feel better about this than yanking it. Because I can just kind of use the side as leverage without scratching anything. I think that's fine. It's my pedal, right? I'm not gonna hurt anybody's feelings if I... Shit. I really gotta make sure I'm talking into the mic. Let me know how the mic sounds. I put some compressor settings on it. Just some quick compression, 5:1 ratio, jacked up the threshold. See how that sounds, I guess. I guess I'm gonna find out after the stream because I'm not gonna go check during the stream. I guess I could call my wife and be like, hey, how's my stream sound? Okay, we're gonna get these off. So it is really important that you test between everything on all these pedals, but honestly, for this cap job, it's really not that complicated. So I might not even bother testing between each component because we're doing 5 components. I usually test between every 3 because otherwise we'd be here all night. Let's be real, I just got started doing this, so we'll see. Okay, it's really important that you keep your parts put somewhere. Typically I'll have a little dish or something, but I think this is gonna be a quickie. I say that. This isn't gonna be a quickie anymore. Okay, be careful when you're using your various tools, you don't want to hurt anything. So I guess they put in this foam to keep this from shorting to anything. But man, I think it's stuck. It's plastic. And it's melded to the maybe they glued it on. Oh my god, I can't get this thing out. I think it's that stinking cable. Okay, alright, we're good. We're out. We're almost out. Whoop. Gotta be careful, y'all. Okay, we're out. We're definitely out. But I think it's that purple cable. Oh, I see. Okay, we're good. Was this making some really bad noises? Like you're pulling on a piece of something? I think we probably could have left that screw in. Now that I'm thinking, I think we should put the screw back. Because that's what's holding this together. Then again, I think I may need to get under some of those parts. let's look at the instructions, y'all. I think that's the first step, right? Okay. Where's my mouse? Okay, here we go. Step A. All right. So this is our first one is the large one. So we need to find A. Oh, okay. A. This is very easy to find. That's okay. That's why I'm glad I have this camera here. Look at that. Okay. So we're in here. We're looking for that motherfucker. That guy is A. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because there's that resistor, there's one of the main chips. We're actually going to be replacing some of these smaller square chips. This guy, gone. We're going to replace him. So I'm really stoked for that. Man, this guy is actually kind of dirty. I might just take some canned air real quick and just like, all right. Ooh. See that dust? Oh God, it smells like, God, you know what like old gear smells like? That's what it smells like. The sweet smell of old gear. Oh God, there's something in there. Okay. Sorry, that's probably terrible on the mic. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna remember that for now. I'm gonna listen back. I'm gonna put my headphones and I'm gonna go to max volume. I'm gonna play that back. And if it hurts my ears, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna do it for you guys. So that I can learn. Because I have a feeling that did not sound pleasant. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this separated because the only thing really holding it together is this ribbon cable. And actually none of the things that we need to get to, that's not gonna block us at all. So I am gonna put it back on. We're just gonna put it back on. You know, just might as well. Okay, let's. Do you guys like to ground yourself when you're working on stuff like this with like a wristband? Do you think you're actually gonna fry anything with static? Or if I sat here and pet my cat, either of my cats really, I would probably build up a lot of static. That wouldn't be good. But who cares? Okay. This is simple. We want to get the right orientation. Okay, so one of the best tips Monty ever gave us was know your orientation of what you're working on. So we're just going to pick this up. I'm going to go ahead and figure this out. Okay, so for this guy right there, the orientation is up. See, because that's the negative marker right there. So not complicated at all. And then we've got a component right there. And then these two are the ones that we're trying to get to, this guy and this guy. Right? So our soldering iron has been on this entire time. Normally I would secure this to my clamp, and I probably still should, but honestly I think I'm just gonna go for it and just use the solder wick. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, I am gonna put my fan on for a moment. I'll just go ahead and put it on now. So I'd like to blow the solder away, but I will turn it off once we kind of wrap this section up. So let's get this part off. We're gonna swap it out with this bad boy. All right, you guys ready for this? We're gonna zoom in. This is the first time I'm soldering with this camera like this. I'm really excited, actually. This is gonna be really cool. I'm really glad I can show this perspective. Okay, so we got a little bit of our flux. This is like so important for doing electronics like this, you guys. I did successfully do a mod without it, but man, did I regret it. All right, so let's keep this camera close. So we're looking at this one and this one. I hope I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay, so this is actually really easy, okay? So we're just gonna come in here. We're just gonna push down on that. Kind of with a wide touch. And that's just gonna suck up all of that solder. Wow, look at that. You can't really, there wasn't a ton of solder on that, but you can see that it definitely sucked it up. And that's like pretty free. Oh my God, free. I can talk. So let's just wiggle our, oh, that is definitely the component. You see that wiggling? So if I were to have gotten the wrong component, it's really easy for me to just throw some solder on there and reverse what I just did very easily. So let's just double check one more time to make sure that we know exactly what side is which after we take this out. So it's kind of hard to see. I'm a little limited on light, but that's what we're looking at right there. Let's change our focus. So you see that little white stripe right there? That side actually has the negative on it. You can see it if I spin it. Yeah, see, now we're out of the light. I gotta work on my light setup a little bit, y'all, but be patient. You can just barely see the negative marks on that side. That is our negative. So negative, in this case, is going up towards our faders. So these are also actually replaceable in case y'all are curious, but we're not gonna get into that. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But we're not gonna get into that. But okay, let's finish taking this component out. Right, let's fix our camera. I could actually bring this down just a hair if you guys even want it closer, slightly closer. Look at that. That is sick. That is like pretty much as close as I can get right now. So let's get this last piece. We're gonna get this piece off right there. What I like to do when they're really long like this is I will just snip the leg, and there it goes. Over there, I don't know. So, sorry, house. I guess I need to be more careful about this. I'm doing this in my house. This is my apartment, you know. So we got the fan going. We're gonna get all this solder fumes sucked away from us. There's still solder on this, or flux, I mean. So that should just really melt right up. This would actually be a really good shot, probably. Oh yeah. You can see all that just straight up into the... Alright, so there's still a little bit there. Oh, is there? Sometimes these things just fall right out. Okay, it's not gonna fall right out. It is gonna come out very easily. Look at that, y'all. Oh, sorry. Look at that. That is the old component. Oh shit, snacks. What did I do? Oh, there it is. I almost lost this. In one of my previous live streams, I lost a part, and then I found it, and I was having issues, and it would actually be really funny to go back and edit that live stream and be like, yeah, I had issues, but I need to work on it. So, what I kind of like to do is, this is the new one. I don't want to show you the part number exactly, but I kind of want it to look the way this one does as far as the legs go. So, we are going to take some pliers and bend the legs a little bit. Just a little bit, you know? I feel like it makes it look nice, so let's see. Those were bent out and down. It's like somebody did that for a reason, so I feel like I should probably do something similar, right? Okay, not quite the same as them, but close enough, and I think that's gonna put us like at a really good width for this part. Yeah, that looks great. I think that looks good. You gotta remember, the negative orientation is up. So very, very important that we get that right, because if we get that wrong, our pedal will not work. Okay, let's get this light. Okay, there, this camera out of our way. Lost a piece of black something here, probably from these guys. This is very cruddy. I may need to replace that at some point. So it's kind of hard to see me do this. And oh, that's actually not a bad view at all. It's just not really in focus. So let me. Oh gosh, I'm single-handing this right now. All right, here we go. Lining up the holes. There we are. And I don't really know the best practice for this. I just kind of bend them in a way that looks like it's not going to short in one direction or the other. So I'm going to bend this one this way. This one doesn't really matter, so we're just going to bend that one that way a little bit, and that should keep it in place for us to solder. Yeah. So this time, instead of taking solder away, we are going to add. Solder right here. I was looking for my solder. It was right under my workstation. Okay, here we go. We're going to throw this on here. We'll double check the orientation one more time before we cut the legs though. Because I'm forgetful, y'all. I'll fuck this up. Typically, when you're soldering, I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it, so I'm kind of like not hovering over it. It's actually a little challenging for me. That might be a little cold. Let's just hit it one more time. Very good. Very happy with that. I like to just hold a little extra on some of these things. You can destroy some things that way, but we're probably fine with these capacitors. Yeah, our capacitor is facing up. The negative is facing up. It's right there, yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we go. It's facing up exactly how it was before. So that little black chip right there, right above it, we're gonna be pulling that sucker out of there tomorrow probably. Yeah, look, our surround is breaking apart. I wonder what I would need to do to replace this. I could maybe get some felt. Yeah, that's really cruddy. It's like all breaking apart. Okay, so let's get some felt of some kind. Some like piano felt. Ooh, piano felt. If I got a little slip of piano felt and replace this would be even better than the real deal. Okay, that's part number numero uno. Number numero. I don't speak Spanish, can you tell? Okay. I don't feel bad telling y'all about this part. It's the exact same. This capacitor is rated the exact same as the capacitor we're about to put in here. So, sorry, Monty. That's all I'm going to say. You can look up the specs. It's the same capacitor. If you want to replace your own, just fucking do it. B. Oh yeah, I see B. B is on this side. Now you see B. That is B. But the negative is facing out towards us. That is, that one is, I'm going to go ahead and just say this one's easy. I don't like using the E word, because you start using the E word, throwing the E word around, you start making mistakes because you start thinking everything's easy. Then when everything's hard, you're like, fuck this. Thought this was supposed to be easy. Nope, no way, buddy. Okay, so got 2 there. This is like, you barely need any flux for this. These have so little flux on them right now, or so little solder on them. We barely need any flux here. Oh man, I was supposed to turn the fan off in between solder. Sorry y'all, it's really noisy, I'm sure. I'm gonna work on my fan and mic situation over the next week and see what I can do to improve the sound quality of my streams. Because I know it's gonna end up holding me back doing audio gear and having a shitty audio stream. That's not cool. Really nice when it does that. Just pull the sucker right off, I bet. I need to wiggle it free a little bit. Okay. And remember, the negative was facing this way. Okay. Let's bend our capacitor legs again, because I liked doing that the first time. And then we're going to use some grounded. These are my wife's jewelry tools. She left them out on my desk, and I decided that they were free game. Don't get mad at me, Ashley. Alright. Negative facing out. This is the orientation. This way. I know that was very blurry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be careful, but honestly, it's probably not that big of a deal. Shit. Did I just snap something? I hope not. There we go. I think it was just caught up on some stupid. Alright, so then this one's double check. You're good. We are so good. We're just gonna snip these legs right after. We're just gonna keep going, y'all. Why stop when we're having fun? He needs to stop and test. Me. I probably should stop and test. Whatever, we're not going to though. We're going rogue, y'all. We're going bad. Word. Alright, we got 3 more capacitors to take out, and now the capacitors that we are replacing are these metal film capacitors, and they do not have positive or negative terminals. These can go in any orientation. These can go in any orientation that you want. They can go this way. They can go this way. I'm trying. Just so you know, Monty, I'm trying. Alright, we gotta replace 3 of those. Those are the exact same size as the original. I will say, Monty makes all of his own parts. At least, I'm pretty sure he does according to his website. So, you should get these parts straight from Monty. He makes them. He can tell you the quality that goes into them. Alrighty. We got 3 more to do. This is not going to take us long. Let's bang these suckers out. Let's go with step C next, which is on the same side as B. I am going to make a hunch. Based on what I'm seeing here, it's one of these. Oh, it's somewhere. One of these 3 in a stack. I'm feeling very confident about that. Nope. No, y'all. I'm wrong. Dang, this one's kind of hard to see. Oh, wow, you can actually see through the circuit board. So that actually, if I hold this up in the light, whoa, I can see through it. That's actually super helpful. Because that shows me that it's this one. Okay, I'm super stoked on that. Let's just double check one more time, make sure I think we're totally right. Yeah. This one right there. These 2. Right above my fingers, my chewed up fingers. I'm gonna just cut the legs of these so that I know which one we're working on. We're just gonna go for it. Shoop. Let's do one, and we'll do the other after we confirm that it's the right one. Because when you have parts so close to each other, oh, sorry you guys, I should have really strapped this one down, but it's not gonna happen. When you have parts really close to each other, it's really important that you don't like pull something up that doesn't need to be up. Like, what if it falls in a little bit and then you lose? Okay, yeah. I was like, at first it wasn't moving. I was like, oh shoot, I don't think that is the right part. Now it's the right part. We're gravy, y'all. I'm gonna use as little flux as possible, because damn, this stuff is really bad for you guys. Oh, that is like, I say that and then I get fucking everywhere. Okay. Oh man, I realized my title this entire time has said the old title, which is the BD2, when I'm doing the GE-7. That is so funny. Uh-oh, the solder isn't coming out, but oh no, we'll just ditch it. Fuck it, push it through. Yep, there it goes. There it is. Goodbye, capacitor. Nobody wants you here. Okay, let me fix my title real quick, y'all, because this is kind of embarrassing. GE-7. Oh. GE-7. That. Oh no. Control Z. What is happening? 7. Okay, done. Okay. All fixed. Alright. Now we can get back to the mod. The upgrade. Whatever you want to call it. We don't gotta think about this anymore. This is the best part. This is the fun part. We don't gotta, there's no pressure. We just gotta put it together now. I wish I didn't suck at this. I just need to pick it up. Sorry, you guys. Ah! Alright. Well, I definitely want this to have a little bit of extra leg on the bottom. So I'm going to ever so slightly kind of pull down on it from the back, from the top side as I bend those legs down. This one sketches me out, so we're actually going to pull it this way towards and this one's gonna go this way, so that's better. Just because, like, the way that, like, I would hate for, like, to leave the legs long, and then for this to, like, somehow touch that and bridge the connection. Because it could do that. I was having some trouble with my last mod, and I suspected that would happen at one point. Oh yeah. Very good, very good. You're probably like, why is he holding his solder in his hand like that? I don't know. That's how I've always soldered. Apparently at one of my old jobs, they used to be able to solder with one hand. So they would, oh my gosh, my fan fell over. They would solder, but they would have solder in their hand like this. And I was, oh my god, see, I can't do it. They would do something like this, it's insane. Freaking crazy. They would touch it like that. They would have it in their hand, and then they would like feed it like this. And I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I guess it makes sense if you have to hold something like this. Say I'm holding this, and I'm like, I have to hold it. Like, this is the only way I'm gonna be able to do it, right? So you basically, like, you have to like get it ready, prime it, right? Look at that. See that? So then it's almost like chopsticks, but still, this is like, I like really have to like struggle to do this. Like, I don't know how anybody or their mom could do this, man. Oh wow, 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 wow. I'm not gonna actually try it, but wow, look at that. Fucking it. I'm fucking doing it. I probably shouldn't do it right over the fucking thing though. That's stupid. That's really stupid. But if you can do this, I want you to send me a video and I will get you $5. I will mail you a $5 bill. Wherever you're from. But if you're trying to learn how to solder, you're probably looking at the wrong channel. Let's be real. I definitely have some good solder skills. But there's people out there with much better solder skills than me. If we're talking like cables and connectors, oh, I could go to town. But like stuff like this, we've been here for, how long have my stream been going? 43 minutes, and I've done 3 parts. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Look at that! Look at that dude! Ooh! Ooh! Oh shit. Oops. He looks so good in there. That's fucking sick. Right on. I am so stoked. We've replaced this guy, and this guy. So now there's this guy and that guy. That's it. So why don't we do a 2-for-1 spin? There's one right here. These two. It's like, look at that. Look how easy that is. That is like so easy. We're just doing it. We could even remove it, remove the other one, and then just solder both of them in at the same time. I mean, I am having fun with y'all. If there's any kind of pedals specifically people are interested in, leave me a comment. Let me know what pedals you're interested in and seeing modded. For a really affordable line of pedals, I was thinking about just getting some Behringers and modding those. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Because those are brand new, people can buy those. This pedal that I'm modding right now may be difficult to get. I'm very lucky that I have this one because I actually got this on Reverb, I think, many years ago. So it's hard to tell because some of the pedals I got through my dad, but this may have been like a Guitar Center buy. Like I think I was like trying to find an EQ pedal because I used to play ukulele. I still play. Like it's not like I don't play ukulele anymore. But I used to be ukulele centric. And I had an electric ukulele, and I loved playing effects through it. I still have it, but there's something wrong with the intonation, fortunately, and it's kind of a bummer. I'm just gonna go for this. I know I said I was gonna remove it and do the next one, but I'm just gonna go for it. But yeah, I used to play ukulele. Oh shit, this camera's kind of a shit view this whole time, huh? There's a lot of cameras here, so. But yeah, I used to play ukulele. I really wanted to put it through like a lot of effects, and there are some really cool effects that sound good with ukulele. Like ukulele through a chorus pedal is really fucking nice. Because the ukulele, just like because of its like small tininess, it doesn't have a lot of tension on the strings. It's really easy to stretch the strings out. They're constantly going out of tune. And I really feel like a chorus really kind of helps a little bit with that, especially if it's a wide chorus. It just kind of helps with the pitch. Any kind of pitch effects are going to help. Like any kind of vibrato, purposeful vibrato, something like that. So it's good for vibrato. I want to use actually help a lot of like solos. Honestly, compression space in there. Compression space in there on my uke. Like, it's really step up. It's just like it's really something instruments. Tracks on it, so maybe I keep those tracks around and I just use it to play them. There's some that I just feel like are meant to be played on the over guitar. Some of the songs I wrote, just yeah, it's a real instrument. You should definitely give a ukulele a try if you haven't. If you're interested in a string instrument and you find guitar way too intimidating, ukulele is so approachable, and you can do it anywhere and not make a lot of noise. And there are solid body ukuleles out there now. You can buy them, and they sound great, and they don't make any noise outside of just a few plucks. Highly recommended. Okay, sorry, ukulele tangent. Anyway, I got this pedal for that ukulele because it really needed some EQing to help it with effects. And anyway, I have it, and now I'm playing a lot of guitar again, so it's getting a lot of use. It's going to be great having an upgraded version of it. Alright, so last thing for today, this guy's vertical. Okay, I see those two. We're going to do one of these first, and then see if it comes out. I'm pretty positive it's one of these two. Or both of these two. Yeah, that's the right guy. We'll zoom in. See that wiggling? That's the one I'm trying to take out, so. Some people scoop up their flux and it like burns it all in the process. Why do people do that? I just feel like it's better to dab it on. You're just making a huge cloud of smoke to inhale. Very clean. Thanks, Flux. Very low smoke today. I think the fan is sucking it out before it can really get bad. So let's just use this to knock this free. Maybe be very careful when you're doing this, because you can still fuck shit up, man. You can pull out the trace. Man, I was doing my JX3P, I think is what it was called, the synthesizer. I modded it, and I had to pull up the CPU to do the Kiwi mod that I was doing on it, and I fucking pulled up a trace. Luckily my dad has done this stuff for a living, and he was like, dude, just solder on a cable. You're good. Man, I cannot get this out. Okay. So when I'm struggling like this, just to get it out, and it's loose, I just freaking come in here and snip the legs. There it freaking comes right out, see? There we go. Let's sharpen our focus a little bit. That's pretty good. Alright, that's the mod. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. The next mod we're gonna do involves taking all these pieces. These are op amps and a resistor, a few capacitors, and these are going to replace, so these will go in and these will sit inside it, so that if you ever want to, you can replace them. It's really cool. Makes them really easy to work on later on. So that's what we're going to do next time. I gotta kind of pick up my table. It's a little messy now. But hopefully that was enjoyable to watch. I'm looking for subscribers and things like that. So if you're looking for cool stuff that you want to mod, I'm gonna be doing stuff other than pedals too. So it won't just be pedals. It'll be like pedals, and my wife wants me to mod her pokey catcher for her, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll give some really good instructions and how to mod a pokey catcher so that it doesn't vibrate, make noise, and you can throw great and ultra balls with it. So automatically. So very cool. I would test this tonight, but honestly, you guys, I'm pretty exhausted. I've been getting up very early, and I'm gonna have to continue getting up kind of early on and off. So I'm gonna have to call it for the night. But what I will do is I'll probably start the stream tomorrow with us testing this. See, I'm already yawning. I do need to put this away for the night, but yeah. I'm looking forward to doing some more mods with you guys, and otherwise, have a great evening. This has been Matt Mod Stuff. I'm Matt.